Raw took place tonight in Houston, Texas, and this was a show that I'm sure its viewership's going to be hurt because it had to compete with the college basketball national championship game, which was also on. And I'm sure NXT Stand and Deliver this past Saturday also took a hit as they had to go head to head with the Final Four. 2 years ago after WrestleMania 40, I remember Nick Khan doing an interview saying he didn't understand why WrestleMania on the Saturday was going head to head against the Final Four. I guess that only applies to the main roster because he left NXT out to dry. I'm sure they're going to take a hit, their viewership, because of that. Anyways, I'm sure, as I said, Raw is going to lose some viewers tonight from last week in the Garden. Again, it's a major college basketball game, it's a championship game. And also in the game, Michigan won. They beat UConn 69-63. The UConn coach looks exactly like Adam Pearce, by the way. I just noticed that. And he actually appeared on Raw, I believe. But Michigan did win. And they actually won the college football championship 2 years ago. So that's two championships for the school, which I don't give away my location, but I'm not in the United States. I'm in Canada. But University of Michigan is not too far from me. So it is kind of cool to see the local team win, closest to me. Anyways, CM Punk kicked off the show tonight. He was in pipe bomb position, and he gets some what chants in Houston. Of course, it's Texas chanting, what? If Steve Austin wasn't going to show up for 316 Day back in San Antonio, Texas, I doubt he's going to show up in Houston. He's probably going to be at WrestleMania. I think he'll be at the Hall of Fame and stuff, but I don't see him showing up on Raw anytime in the near future. So this was the best part of the whole show because Punk calls out Roman Reigns. He calls him plastic. Then he mentions The Rock, and then he buries The Rock. He says The Rock's not a Hollywood star anymore, which was funny. But the thing is, that's not true because that Moana movie or whatever made a fortune. And I know Smashing Machine flopped. The reviews were good, though, but the movie flopped. And he wasn't nominated for an Oscar, so he's taking a hit in that regard. But he kind of had to rebound. 2 years ago, it would have worked a lot better if Cody said it. Because during the build-up to that match with Rock and Roman against Cody and Seth, if Cody used that line talking about how Black Adam failed and The Rock's hostile takeover of DC, the DC Comics universe and the movies, if he brought up that, would have been much more of a clever line. But Punk did mention that, and then he indirectly refers to Vince McMahon and Roman Reigns eating dog food for Vince McMahon, and how he sucked at football, and his dad got him into wrestling, which is true. He should have brought that up when Roman was in the ring with him. And then Punk then brings up Pat McAfee. Then he calls on Ari to lower the ticket prices. And that's Ari Manuel, who's the head of TKO or whatever. And he's taking a shot at TKO. Of course, it doesn't surprise me that they're desperate for attention. They're going to use the TKO stuff and the controversy over ticket sales and the controversy over ticket prices and the low ticket sales to use it in the storyline to get heat on WrestleMania. But Punk got a standing ovation after that. He wanted the prices to be lower. He kept saying lower the ticket prices. Everyone clapped for him. Of course they would. This was a great promo. Definitely the best promo I've seen from him going into this WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns. Then they show Speed getting beat up by LA Knight on his live stream. Then Speed walks backstage and begs Danhausen to lift the curse. Pierce walks by and Danhausen disappears. Pierce tells him to go home. Then Theory and Paul get him to go with them in the ring. Logan, Theory, and Speed were out next. Austin Theory came out after the break. We got LA Knight and Austin Theory. So Theory won thanks to Speed, who was interfering kind of indirectly in the match. Knight and the Usos were about to beat up Speed when Logan Paul saved them. LA Knight calls Adam Pearce out. He asks for a 6-man tag team match at WrestleMania, and Adam Pearce grants his wish. It's official. So we will have a 6-man tag. LA Knight and the Usos take on Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Speed. So another celebrity match at WrestleMania. Michael Cole talks about Pat McAfee and he's disappointed in him. Then they show the fucking footage. Oh, that disastrous promo from SmackDown. Finn Balor heads to the ring, and then we have Jackie Redmond interviewing Los Americanos in front of the live crowd. JD McDonough was out next, and we got a montage of the Vegas Strip to promote WrestleMania tickets. CM Punk, this was like a taped video segment. He talks about WrestleMania moments, and he talks about WrestleMania 22 being an extra in John Cena's entrance. Finn Balor was out next, but Dom attacked him as he was coming out. Dom and JD then attacked him with the steel chair, so no match tonight. Then we got an AJ Lee video promo, and all I say is, oh my god, when she was younger. Jeez, I didn't realize how attractive she was. And she's still good looking now, but oh my god, when she was younger. Jesus. Then we have a sit-down interview between AJ Lee and Michael Cole. Then Becky Lynch crashes the interview. Cole leaves, and AJ and Becky have a face-to-face. They bring up an interaction they had at WrestleMania 31 when I guess AJ hugged her. I'm not sure. And Becky always felt that, AJ was afraid of her, that she was coming up. AJ says she paved the way for Becky, and then she also said she was proud of Becky, and then she mentions Becky's daughter, says that Becky's favorite wrestler, Becky's daughter's favorite wrestler is her. So they're using, I don't know, the babyface insulting the heels kids. I don't know, but I wonder if we'll see Becky's daughter ruin the front crowd at WrestleMania. Bayley was out next, and then after the break, Lash Legend Nia Jax, where we get Bayley and Lash Legend in a match. As Nia interferes, they call Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair out, and Alexa jumps on Nia's back, and then Bayley takes everyone out with a crossbody, and then Bayley counters a superplex, and then Lara holds down Lash's boot, kind of botches it, and Bayley pins Lash. That tells me Lash and Nia are going to win at WrestleMania. They're not going to beat them twice. That's pretty obvious they're winning. Why did they call Shawn and Alexa to come for this? They did nothing on the show just to run out for nothing. They're already going to be on SmackDown. They didn't need to be here. All you had to do was Lash fight off Nia. Then she holds down Lyra to fight off Nia. Then she holds down Lash's Lash's foot. Sorry, I can't talk. But why do you have to call Shawn and Alexa? Alexa's a kid. She has a daughter. Why are you making her fly out for that? It's stupid. Anyway. They showed the Houston Texans coach, D'Amico Ryans, in the crowd. So was the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. And then Michael Cole mentions Hulk Hogan, and there's a new documentary about him produced by Netflix. This was made before he died. This looks really good. I thought the Mr. McMahon documentary was good. The thing with the Mr. McMahon documentary that Netflix produced a couple years ago is it was really well done. It's just I knew everything that was going to be in it. And I was not surprised by anything. Here, I don't know. I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. Is he gonna make shit up? Of course. And this was his last interview before he died, and you can see him in pain, so it's kind of disturbing. And I wonder how close the last interview was to his actual death. Maybe it was a week, maybe the week of, because he died. I believe it was on a. Was it a Thursday when he died? I think so, a Thursday. Then the next night was a SmackDown tribute. So, looks really good. I'm going to watch it when it comes out. Seth Rollins is out next. He's pumped to be back. He talks about Gunther. Then Gunther comes out and they brawl until they're separated by security. Backstage, they do too many pull-apart brawls. I know it's safe, and they have the cards set up now. They can just do stuff over and over again. We're almost there now, but still, it's they do too many pull-apart brawls. Backstage, Paul Heyman talks to Gunther. He says he owes him a thank you, and then they shake hands, and Gunther says Paul Heyman owes him one. Then we go to a Stephanie Vaquer video promo. This isn't much. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't think much of it. Penta was out next. We get Penta, Jovanovic, and Dragon Lee against Los Americanos, so the babyfaces won. And then Rey Mysterio made a surprise return. Rey says he'll be in the ladder match at WrestleMania, so it's kind of obvious it was. 5 is an odd number. It's kind of obvious that'd be 6 to 8. I think it still can be 8. I would like it to be 8, but 6 is fine. So 6 guys in the ladder match is a good number, and well, again, everyone in there should do really well. I mean, the only one guy who really doesn't really belong in a ladder match is Rusev, but the other 5 guys are all perfect for ladder matches. Should be a really good match. We got Rhea Ripley talking to Io Sky backstage. Then Io Sky and Rhea Ripley were out next. Then Jade Cargill was out with B-Fab and Nishin. They show us the Vegas Strip at night. And I think in my NXT review, I said I thought it looked better during the day. Here I'm not sure because say what you want about Vegas, them going back. Man, those neon lights are something else. The green from the MGM and what's the gold one? The Caesar's Palace and the Mandalay Bay's gold, I think. I don't know. The whole thing, it's just the neon lighting, it's so alluring. It's just wow. It's such a spectacle to look at every time they show us. It really is the neon lights of Las Vegas. So then we go to an Asuka video promo. She is permanently cursed at WrestleMania. She says she's going to face Io in a match. Great. It ain't happening at WrestleMania, folks. And no WrestleMania match for Asuka and Io, especially at the angle they did afterwards. No, Io's going to be at WrestleMania. She's going to be in Rhea's corner, and she's going to be a cheerleader for Rhea, and that's what she's going to do. But she is not going to have a match at WrestleMania this year. That sucks. And Asuka cutting a promo on her, I'm thinking, man, Asuka is cursed at WrestleMania. She can't catch a break. Every WrestleMania is a disaster for her. And this now she can't even get on the fucking card. She loses every time. Remember the first WrestleMania 34? Everyone was expecting her to beat Charlotte, win the SmackDown Women's title. She loses, gets tapped on. Her undefeated streak got broken at WrestleMania 34. Next year, she went in as a SmackDown Women's Champion like 2 weeks before WrestleMania 35, and she loses it to Charlotte. And then, like, she doesn't even get on the card. She's on the pre-show and the Women's Battle Royal. Then 36, she won as Tag Team Champions with Kairi Sane. They lost their belts to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. 37, she lost, I believe it was the Raw Women's Championship to Rhea Ripley. 38, I believe she was hurt. 39, she loses to Bianca Belair for, what was it? Was it the Raw Women's Championship? She lost that, and I thought she was going to win that. Then she lost. WrestleMania 40, she was in that 6-woman tag when she was teaming with Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai against Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, and they lost, of course. So 0-6 at WrestleMania. Last year she was hurt for 41. Now 42, she's not even on the card. And she's feuding with Io Sky, one of the most popular female stars, and she can't get on the card. Asuka is cursed at WrestleMania. Danhausen put a curse on her at WrestleMania. He needs to lift that curse, man. So we got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against B-Fab and Mishin. The heels got the heat on Io for a while, but then Io ended up pinning B-Fab. They beat up Io afterwards. Rhea makes a save, but then Jade hits a kick on her, and it looks like shit, by the way. Jade is wearing like this huge furry scarf over her outfit, which is all red, and it looks really stupid. It's like an eyesore. I feel like Jade Cargill, in many ways, is an eyesore. Just the way her gear, like the hair, it's an eyesore. It's hard to look at sometimes. But they had Rhea in the corner, so B-Fab and Mishin hold Rhea in a corner as Jade takes the kendo stick that Mishin brought in, and she starts to whip Io Sky with it. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a heavy angle. I was thinking this was going to be kind of like a callback to last year when Gunther had Jey Uso in the corner. He like beat the fuck out of Jimmy Uso and bloodied him up, and like blood was everywhere. I'm thinking, oh wow, they're going to do a heavy angle to Io. It's going to break Rhea's heart because she loves Io. But no, they beat her up. I mean, like, she got 3 kendo sticks, got hit 3 times, and getting hit with Jade Cargill, when Jade Cargill's hitting you, really hurts. But, you know, then Jade hits Jade, and it wasn't that heavy of an angle. It was like, that's it. All right. Anyway, it was forgettable. They announced the WrestleMania matches that will be announced for Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be revealed tomorrow morning on ESPN. I don't get ESPN here in Canada, but tomorrow morning on the Get Up show. So they're going to preview the WrestleMania card, and we're going to know all the matches for Saturday and Sunday. I think that's set. It's 13 matches. They might go one more to get 7 on each night. Last year, WrestleMania 41 had 7 matches on each night. 2 years ago, also had 7 matches on each night. So we might get one more to give us 14, but so far it's 13. We got a Finn Balor video promo. And actually, before that, they previewed the WrestleMania card. So the Wild West graphics, they have like the Las Vegas monuments in a Wild West theme. I don't know what does that represent? Is that old Las Vegas? I don't know. I think that's Saturday, and then the neon lights, which are in the blue neon light settings with the Vegas monuments too, and the Vegas skyline and stuff. I think that's Sunday, but I could be wrong. I just see it because the neon lights to me look better, so I assume they're on Sunday. But we got after the Finn Balor video promo, we got a Judgment Day backstage segment. Liv Morgan was talking to the guys, and Raquel Rodriguez was there. Then Liv kind of tells Raquel she has to talk to Roxanne, who walked in. We get to see Roxanne. Liv is getting close to Roxanne, about to tell her something important, when both are jumped by Stephanie Vaquer, and then Stephanie grabs Liv and throws her into the TV. It was really hit her hard. It was kind of, it was almost serious. Didn't it remember when Kevin Owens threw Chris Jericho into the TV? Threw her right into the TV. So I thought this would be, an angle going to be almost an injury angle or something. I don't think it's a good angle to do like 2 weeks before WrestleMania. I wish you would have done this a couple of weeks earlier. I think it would have had more of an impact. But Liv getting beat up bad by Stephanie Vaquer, thrown into the TV. Roxanne also laid out by Stephanie. We had Obafemi heading to the ring, and then we got the contract signing between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, which was the main event segment. So I think they put this on here. The way they positioned it wasn't anything much at all. It was just another pull apart brawl, but I think they figured it out right. They're going head to head with the college basketball championship game. It's coming down to the wire at this point. We're just going to put this at the end here. So it is what it is. Triple H came out with Adam Pearce. He initially got a pop. I thought he'd get booed. He wasn't. As Pearce was talking, Heyman comes out. He brings out Brock, and Obafemi comes out when the two brawl. They brawl, and they kind of fall through the table. No one takes a bump through the table. Security tries to separate them as the show ends. And that is how Raw ended tonight. So, not the best show. I thought definitely a departure from last week, a decline from last week in quality, which was a great Raw overall. But I thought it was all right. Certainly, it's a much better show than SmackDown is. And it's funny, when the year started, I was actually enjoying SmackDown more than Raw. Now it's gone right back to where it was last year, where Raw is so much better than SmackDown. SmackDown sucks. Raw is at least watchable and decent. So that was the show tonight. I think the viewership from the college basketball championship is going to hurt. So Michigan Wolverines, congratulations. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. I just had to do that. They're the national champions of the NCAA in basketball. So anyway, road to WrestleMania, not good at all. I think it's even worse than last year was. Just all the issues because of SmackDown more so than Raw. You can make an argument Raw was better than last year, the shows and the match quality of how they built up. And I think the card's better than last year. I do, but the build up, I think, and overall it was worse, and that's saying something because last year's build up was awful, and last year was an awful WrestleMania. It was a horrible WrestleMania, one of the worst WrestleManias in I think close to a decade. So, hopefully WrestleMania 42 is better. But I mean, the trajectory is, and the trends and the pattern from last year was bad build up, bad show. Here we've had a bad build up. Hopefully we don't get a bad show, but we'll see what happens as the road to WrestleMania is nearing its end.